The Satanic Network was run by the Vatican and paid for by US taxpayer dollars through the CIA, the very system Trump and the alliance were taking down with the global currency reset. Chaos and destruction caused by floods, droughts, tsunamis and earthquakes continued to inundate countries worldwide. On Wednesday the 28th of July, China's Three Gorges Dam could have collapsed, although news coming out of China was censored. If so, it put 400 million people at risk, not to mention the dangers of 27 nuclear reactors housed beneath the dam, alongside Bitcoin headquarters. The droughts and floods were causing crop failures, while meatpacking facilities were being shut down. We were promised the new Starlink internet system by the end of the month, about the time the general public could exchange on Monday the 2nd of August. Wednesday the 28th of July, the real news from Telegram. Whiplash 347 Romana Digiulo, head of state and commander-in-chief, head of government, Queen of Canada, peace and prosperity or perish. I don't play politics. #WWG1GA. After EBS and we've gone through the 10 days mainstream media blackout and sat through all the 24/7, 8 hours long movies, do we go back to normal like business as usual? After EBS and the 8 hours long 24/7 movies, everything will change. The life support attached to the old and evil systems will be pulled. Humanity and planet Earth simultaneously move to quantum reality consciousness system, peace and prosperity. End of financial and human consciousness enslavement. Old systems of government, education, finance, health, trade and commerce, etc., will all be dismantled and replaced. What is Q? Q is a specific branch of the military, highest clearance. Q or Kel means #source Q, is in the original Bible, with 777 books in it. Not 66 books. The Bible you have read on planet Earth for thousands of years is incomplete. It has been edited, revised, and reprinted by the Vatican to suit their agenda to manipulate humanity. QAnon QWay, +1 is today. An SEC vs XRP Sunshine event is today as well. Time for some more action. The choice to know is yours. The event, China Dam, Tiananmen Square and Wuhan Big Pharma Labs, leads into 34 satanic buildings getting hit with rods of God and flooded. This will surely make the stock market collapse. Whiplash 347, so I started on January 1, 2020. I have been posting these in groups ever since the fake Kobe crash. I covered Saudi Arabia 2017, NK, UK Royals, Operation London Bridge, Operation Defender Europe, see Vatican raids, Vatican Mafia shootout, Roman Empire deaths, Jesuits, popes, cardinals, bishops, European royal deaths, central banks with Rona, Rothschilds, government, politicians all over the world. Major arrests, Golden Crescent, Triangle and much more. You can search the bombing of 13 families in Venice, the Euro royals getting rawned, Vatican etc. all here on my channel. There is nothing Romana has said here you cannot find on my channel. From the January 1, 2020 I ran through this 3 sides of the triangle, Operation Defender Europe, chasing away the snakes on March 17, 2020. Etc. It is all here. Romana has excellent posts on Basel III and the incoming QFS 2. Blackout imminent confirmed by reporter John Rolls. The DS is now getting ready to cross Red Line 2, communication blackout. Audit accounts have been terminated on certain social media platforms. This will continue until the DS has no alternative but to do a total communication blackout. Most likely the DS will shut down all communications when the classified information begins to be declassified. During this time they will stage fake riots to convince the public that the Trump supporters are angry because the plan is not working. During this time the military will be sent to various locations, but the DS, in the end, will not be in control of the troops. Special operations will be activated to shut down the riots and to take control of the government. The DS will be trapped in the biggest sting operation the world has ever seen. Military intel on floods. 600 non-fresh baby corpses in Germany. Floods, 1,400 in The Hague, the Netherlands. According to Trump, the underground dams were connected worldwide. They used technology not available to those on the surface of Earth, such as free energy, magnetic levitation, transportation and highway systems. Their ability to move massive cargo overseas can be done in minutes and hours. These underground and underwater transit systems are the bloodline to the deep state operations. Much of this covert war was being fought underground, underwater and on the water. Another underground headquarters for adrenochrome and Bitcoin was in China's massive Three Gorges Dam. CERN dumb CIA headquarters. Was CERN the mother of all dumbs? CERN identified as the secret entrance to the CIA's underground headquarters under Lake Geneva in Switzerland. Consequently, the CIA headquarters under Lake Geneva can only be reached by subways from CERN and by submarines traveling through a 275-kilometer subway tunnel that apparently begins in Genoa, Italy and ends in Lake Geneva. Sub-Biosphere 2 CIA headquarters modeled on Lake Geneva. This idea is based on the fact that Sub-Biosphere 2 is the big European bubble chamber, BEBC squared, which serves as the command center. CERN's 26.659 km LEP tunnel runs through Switzerland and France. CERN is located 27 km from the center of Lake Geneva. Gest. H.46 degrees 27 minutes 19.8 seconds north 6 degrees 36 feet 1.9 inches E. Then they will start riots all over US? If the internet goes down, and you see people starting to riot in the streets. The rioting is a bait to plunge the US into a civil war. All patriots must stay indoors. The US military will handle the rioters. Peace and prosperity. Or perish. I don't play politics. HRH Romana Digiulo. We are the mighty 34 satanic buildings and dams bombed. These Air Force, rods from God, could hit with the force of a nuclear weapon. We are the mighty. The 107-country Outer Space Treaty signed in 1967 prohibits nuclear, biological, or chemical weapons from being placed or use. Whiplash 347. Buckle up, it's about to get bumpy. Enjoy the ride. Planes and trains grounded. Lights, power switched off. Changing over to Tesla-free energy. 34 satanic buildings and dams bombed. Bitcoin servers turned off. 99.5% of crypto gone China coins. WW3 scare event. Yes. China's Communist Party has been wiped out. The CCP was actually just another tool used by the Vatican, the now globally dethroned and executed fake Queen Elizabeth II in Washington, D.C. The same thing they did to North Korea and Saudi Arabia. For those of you who didn't study world history, communism started in England. Peace and prosperity or perish. I don't play politics. HRH Romana Digiulo, at Romana Digiulo, Head of State and Commander-in-Chief, Head of Government of Canada, Queen of Canada, President of Canada. Trump versus Big Tech. Late last night, Tuesday the 27th of July, complaints were filed with amendments in lawsuits against large technology companies such as Facebook, Inc., Mark Zuckerberg, Twitter, Inc., Jack Dorsey, Google LLC, Sundar Pichai. Since the initial filing on July 7, 2021, nearly 65,000 Americans have submitted their stories about censorship via the Partnership for Constitutional Litigation of the Institute of First Policy America, AFPI, CLP, on the website TAKEON-BIG-TECH. The amended complaints include the experience of censorship and representatives of additional classes, including Drs. Naomi Wolf and Wayne Allen Root, people from opposite ends of the political spectrum who emphasize the need for bipartisan protection of the thoughts and voices of all Americans, regardless of their political affiliation. The amended complaints also reflect additional reasons for activities within the Florida Fair Trade and misleading the law on practice. Recent statements by Biden White House officials confirming the administration's current cooperation with major technology platforms, their joint efforts to censor the American people. The wake-up call: Peter Meyer, a government-manufactured crisis. The elites needed a pandemic lie to shut down all countries. Now they have one. More than 3 billion people around the world are in lockdown. This is unprecedented in human history. The politicians are doing exactly what they do when they plunge us into war. The governments are closing down entire economies. They and the media have declared war. And just as they let us have one war after another without an exit strategy, so too is their lockdown war strategy. The Great Depression has begun without an exit strategy that can prevent the world economy from collapsing. Crime rates will skyrocket because the little guy can't pay his rent and his bills. These politicians tell us all what to do, because they don't have to worry about their salaries. They steal our money under the banner of taxes. You cannot put millions of people out of work and then expect this not to explode in a way that has never been seen before in history. The markets went down before. They only supported the stock market with trillions of fake dollars, created out of thin air. The world is being led into the age of biological terror with a controlled breakdown of the economy that has already caused unprecedented carnage in the markets and around the world. The floods and earthquakes are intentional events against the cabal. Watch the water. Reptilians and humans are washing up to the surface. This is military operation to flood and blow up the strongholds of the CIA and CCP. Some major banks close their accounts. Medical martial law is near, with its gigantic operation to round up all Western medicine criminals at all levels. Keep your eyes on doctors, nurses and hospitals in your area. Amazon has been taken over and is being cleaned up. Jeff Bezos is in Gitmo. CEO of Google CEO, Eric Schneider, is in hiding. Med beds are going to big cities' hospitals first. All big pharma companies are to be destroyed. Johnson & Johnson stays at the top of the list.